started like 2005, I think I started playing like these Somali tournaments and that. And it was going well. I used to play for a team called London Stars back in the day. But before that, I was at Horn Stars, which is now, I think, formerly known as sort of Hiltop, which sort of came together like that. I started when I was like 16, 17 when I started taking it serious. And then I went like Canada, Sweden, Finland, like many countries for like tournaments and that back in the days when we were like a lot younger. I was wicked, man. I think like firstly the atmosphere and like the environment of it was lovely. Like it was beautiful, and I remember, if you remember correctly, like the ground was like in the middle of like an area, so it was very hostile. So and the pitch and the fans where they were sitting, it's literally right next to each other. So it was actually quite lit and it was sick. And the tournament was very competitive, like back in the days. Like we had some very good Swedish, Scandinavian teams, and obviously a few UK teams used to go there. So it was extremely competitive. I used to, obviously what is Ayaka Hafid in it, so everyone sort of knew each other. So anytime like London Stars never really had a game, I used to always play like little friendlies here for Hiltop, or back in the days when they were in the league like time ago, I'd play like the odd game for them here and there. But officially, I think it was like 2014, 13, I think I started coming, maybe even before that, wallahi. I'm old, so you know the years are just they just go. I don't really count them. Like I just turn up and play. Oh, it's wicked, man. Like Canada, obviously, like just similar to Sweden, but obviously Sweden is like it's inside some half football. Whereas Canada, they book out like a proper stadium and you go and you play there. Very competitive, and like the stadiums gets packed. Similar to Sweden, actually. Like the community proper come out and they show support, and like it's proper packed. It is quite competitive. It gets juicy in the knockout stages, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like the knockout stages where the competition gets a bit fierce and exciting. Inshallah, yeah, that's the plan. I think we're going in July, early July, we'll be going there, inshallah. With the terms of it, I think, like, although I'm proud of the boys, I must say, like, we've had an unbelievable season. First year in, and to compete 40 games, obviously, to finish second, which is a fault of our own. I don't think anyone else would, and I don't think anyone would disagree with me saying that. I think it's our own fault that we finished second, but obviously to go through like the playoffs and that, and in the manner in which we lost would obviously hurt the best. They hurt the worst, sorry. It was just a lapse in concentration. Like me, I'm the type of person, like things happen. Obviously when you're playing in a final, finals are always like, for anyone that's played football, they know that finals are a cagey game. Like it's never plain sailing unless you get like an early goal or two early goals, and then you can sort of come out and play. But if the longer it remains 0-0, it's a case of no one wants to make a mistake. So it was like a very, very cagey game. We had a few half chances here and there throughout the game, which we could have done better to have taken, but obviously we didn't. But and then we conceded I think the referee told me when we conceded the penalty, it was about 8 minutes left. And then obviously from then, momentum, football's all momentum, finals are momentum, especially like whoever has momentum on the day, it sort of shifts the tide of the game, and then we'll just go from there. So for the younger lot in the team, it's a learning curve for them. I feel like it's more for them than it is for me. And I'm at that tailor end of my career where I'm bowing out, whereas for them, it's moments like this that they could sort of learn from and use. And I said to them, I think, and Hussein also said to them after the game, like, hold on to this moment. Like this moment here will define you as a player going forward in the future. Like it's these moments that build character. It's all well and good when you're winning, but when you're winning, you're not learning. Like everything's just coming. But the minute you lose, and that's when you sort of self-reflect, and it builds character and it builds adversity. I don't want to, of course, it hinders any club whenever your manager is gone, regardless of whatever level you're playing. The minute your manager goes, and Allah Mubarak for him, like we were all very happy for him, but I felt like it sort of hindered us, and also like concentration may have went. And also we didn't approach games right. Me, I'm like, first and foremost, I always point the finger at myself if I point the finger at anybody else. So like our mindset may have differed, or we may have gone a little bit lackluster in terms of approaching the game. Whereas if Abdullah is there, it's like a teacher in school. When your teacher is there, you pattern up. But when your teacher is not there, you feel like you can sort of take the piss and everything's a bit nice and easy. And obviously there's no disrespect to the other two coaches, but it's just like when the main manager is there, I feel like you sort of know what time it is. But when the other two are here, maybe that could have crept into people's mind and thought, oh, okay, maybe we can sort of just lay back a bit. But again, it's our own fault. Like I'd always point the finger at us before I can point the finger at anybody else. Going into next season, I feel like we just got to come back harder. I feel like obviously now the boys know the sort of levels they're playing at. Whereas even for myself, I think only my brother, is one of the assistant coaches. I think he was the only person that said we're going to go up and win it. Whereas for myself, and it's not to say that I didn't have faith in the players. It's just I think everyone else thought, oh, you know what, it might take a little while to climb up that ladder. But for us to go in there on our first season, and on our first season to finish second, I think that's a massive achievement. But also you have to bear in mind, whenever you go somewhere new, you're the surprise package. Teams don't know you. So they don't know how to prepare for you. They don't know how to deal with you. They just look at you. And again, I'm going to say teams underestimate us. They look at us. And also when you come to look at our teams, if you look at the size of the teams we're playing against and you look at our size, what's the first thing that comes to your head?
Yeah, we can bully them.
We're gonna wipe the floor with these guys. So these guys are small, they're scrawny, they're skinny. Like people just look at us and feel like, oh, you know what? We've got these lots number. But it's only till we start playing and the ball starts moving, that's when people open up their eyes and be like, oh, you know what? These guys can play. The first half of the season, we play teams who were comfortable. Second half is when teams are now better prepared for you. And then they start to, like a lot of teams when we played against them, it was a low block. They just kept everyone behind the ball and they just said, you know what, you got to come out and break us down. And I feel like at times we struggled with that because we're used to the ball moving and people gambling and trying to win the ball back where gaps open up and then you can go and play. Whereas the second time round where teams were just sitting back, it asked a lot of questions of us. And then we weren't patient enough where we tried to force to play. But it's then even more that you have to be more patient. When teams are sitting off you, you keep the ball because eventually, as a man and anyone playing football, your pride kicks in. If someone's just having the ball all day long, you're going to be like, you know what, I can't take this no more. Someone's going to lose concentration and that's when the gaps appear and that's when you can sort of play. So I feel like going forward next season, we have to be a lot more patient and we have to be ready and hungrier than ever because now teams know us and now our mindset has to be a lot better and different. Personally, I think obviously it whittles down to a few players. I can't really just pick one because I thought Michael, I'll have to give Michael a shout out because obviously he scored like 20 odd goals in the season, which is massive. Sharky has been Mr. Reliable the entire season, whether he's played left back, right back. I think he had one game centre back. I don't think we'll talk about that one. Van Dijk, again, he's 19 years old. I think he came into the team at 18, 19. And then obviously when I was chatting to him pre-season, he was just focusing on like just training and getting better. And then he got thrown into the deep end. And at 19, he became, I think he had the most games, second or third most games of the season. And he's had a fantastic career, fantastic season. So there's a few people for me. Sorry. I won't be able to pinpoint one person, but a few, those three for me, I've had a good, and Kamal. Sorry, I can't forget Kamal. Kamal's had a fantastic season. And now there's trials coming up inshallah in the summer. I think if anyone that wants to train, come to the trials, just check the Hiltop page. I think they'll post the dates on there. And anyone's welcome. Like it's an open door for anyone who wants to come and trial out and just to see how it goes. And inshallah, we can get more and more players because obviously we've got like young kids. We've got under 16s teams. So if anyone's got like any younger siblings or younger cousins or neighbours that they know, they're more than welcome to bring them along because we've got under 16s team and an under 18s team as well. Bro, it's phenomenal, man. Like when I first started playing with them, well, I kid you not, we struggled to get players for matches, bro. Like we'd have 7-man, 8-man. Sometimes some of the coaches would jump in and play. Like to where it was then to where it is now, and how it's climbed up those ladders, it's been beautiful. Because when we used to play back in the day, we were playing in terrible pitches, one referee, no linos. Sometimes our kit would not be matching, so a man would have like a white top and he's wearing black shorts and red socks. Like it was this carnage. And then to see where it is now and the growth of the club has been unbelievable. And also to be playing at step 6, not only is it been unbelievable for us, but I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how big it is for the community. Like, especially in the Somali community, there is no Somali semi-pro team in the UK. So it's more for the community than it is for ourselves. I care more about seeing it out there. Like now everyone in the league knows. Even people come up to me and be like, I spoke to a guy the other time, said, bro, can I come train with you? And he was like, I said to him, yeah, more than welcome to. And he goes, are you sure I'm allowed? And I said, yeah, why not? He was a black brother and he said to me, because I only thought you guys only picked Somalis. And I said, nah, bro, it's open to anyone. So everyone knows that it's a Somali level team that's at a high level and it is beautiful to see. I think me personally, I'd love for it to go as high as it possibly could. Obviously, we've got a lot of youths coming up as well. Like, we've got some very good like under 16s, under 17s, under 18s as well, players in the league. I mean, in our club, and also we've got like a bit other people that are in and around that are still young. So like Van Dijk's like 19, Sharky's 21, Hussein Mahdi's 21, Kamal's 21. Like majority bulk of our club, our players are in the early stages of their 20s. I think I'm the only old guy in the team, and then there's a few other players that are knocking on the door of like 27, 28. So they're in good hands.
Yeah, how many seasons you got in you, Sharp?
Oh, bro, I don't know, man. My knees are killing me. Wallah. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep going for as long as I can. I think I'll try. But I also got to look after myself better. I don't do that enough. So if I'm gonna be honest, I have to be honest with myself first. I don't look after myself better enough. So I'll try. If there's any Somali PTs out there, shout at me. Help me get in shape. Tough question. I feel like now there's a lot more people are trying. Like before, in my age, I'll speak about my generation. I can only speak about my generation. Like when we were younger, not many men wanted to go out there and play for these Adan teams and these other teams and play at different clubs. So now we got a couple other guys that are knocking on doors of different clubs. I feel like people should just go out and branch out. It's good to play in your community, but if you want recognition, being in a Somali club, playing in Somali tournaments ain't going to get you nowhere. It may get you like locally, you may be recognized in your area and whatever, whatnot, but I feel like if you want to knock that door, then you got to challenge yourself and go to other clubs and try. But we've got like a lot of good youngsters. I feel like people are now care more about football, whereas before when we were younger, like our parents used to be like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't want to hear that nonsense. Whereas now a lot of parents are encouraging their kids to go and play, putting them at clubs. Like there's a kid that plays for our under 16s team. His mum and dad come to every game. Every single game, like his mum and dad come to every game, Somali kid. And it makes me so happy to see that. Like, because growing up in our generation, that never, ever happened. Ever. Like, it was alien for your mum or your dad to come watch you play because they weren't interested. Now, for me to see this young Somali kid and his mum and dad supporting him every single game, I think is beautiful. I had an opportunity to go, I think about 7 or 8 years ago, but I didn't go. I think I was abroad at the time. I was playing a tournament in like Qatar and Dubai. I think one of those tournaments that people used to go to. And then obviously they got through to me and they found out, and then they offered me to come. And it was a time when they had a Kenyan coach. It was a while back. Well, it was the first time they ever had like a foreign coach coaching. I think it was Kenyan. And there was a few players that went that they selected from London. And then they all went. So they came to meet me in Dubai. So when they met me in Dubai for us to then fly out, I didn't go. I went. Again, if I'm going to be honest, maybe the people around me also never really pushed me to go. Maybe I was homesick. There's many excuses that sort of come into it. But at the end of the day, I just, for whatever it was, I didn't go. I remember my family getting on to me like non-stop saying, why would you not go? My old coach, Elena Harista, was getting on to me as well. And even like my own siblings, they never spoke to me for like a week. My mum never spoke to me for like a week. They said, you've been playing football for all these years and the one opportunity that came, you didn't decide to go. And it's one that haunts me. But obviously, alhamdulillah, regardless, and everything was written. So it wasn't meant for me to go. And these doors, and I knew at the time when I said no that them doors, they only knock once. And if you don't answer that door when they knock, it ain't coming back. So I made my bed. I just got to lay in it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now, I coach the Hiltop women's club. So we've got a good bunch of girls out there. And if anyone knows any female players are interested in playing, they're more than welcome to come. But I'm looking into it. I help out with the under 16s and the under 18s, but eventually that's my next progression. I've been sort of doing it whilst playing a long time. Because when you can't run, you talk more. So now because obviously in my old age, I'm guiding and talking a lot more and also trying to get people to see the game. So now that's my next chapter, inshallah. Stop, bro. Yeah, you're making me go back years, bro. I've been playing a long time. I'll be showing my age here, wallahi. There's a lot of players, man. First, I gotta give a shout out to one guy I played with. I think one of the best is Rat. I think you know him, Abdi Rat, as well. Like for me, the best that I've seen, and I'm always gonna be biased to that because I've been playing with him since I was 16, and the things he used to do, like he used to. You know, a player is good when he shocks you every time you play with him. And I played with him since I was 16, and he'll still do things, and I'll be like, how, or where did you even see that pass, or how did he pluck it out of the sky like that? So there's Rat, and then there's a lot of other players from like Holland. There's a guy in Norway called Faisal. I played against Umarani, I think 16, unbelievable player. Like, the guy just doesn't stop running. Like, he's so fast. Like, it's just ridiculous. So he was one of them wicked players as well. And then there's a lot. There's a guy in Atlanta called Shine, fantastic footballer. If I'm naming these names, a lot of people may not know who I'm talking about. So, but there's a lot, wallahi, bro. Like, I've been able to see a lot in my time, which I'm grateful for. And also, I got to learn of people. And everything I've seen of other people and I've witnessed of other people, I'm giving back to a lot of these youngsters. So it's nice for them more than ever. So it's good. But there are a lot of players that I've seen. Attitude is everything. Have a good attitude. I feel like a lot of players, especially when they come from certain areas, their attitude may not be the best, but attitude is everything. To be humble. Nobody likes an arrogant player. I'm sorry. That's me personally. I just don't like arrogant players. So you can be arrogant in your play, but be humble as a person. And also, before you point the finger at somebody else, point it at you first. I feel like a lot of people, anytime anything goes wrong, they blame this person and that person and that person. And then at the end, they may look at themselves. Always start with you first. That's the only way you'll get better, because anytime you're just going to be pointing the fingers at somebody else, you're not going to improve as a player. And also, anytime you hear praise, put it in one ear, take out the other, because the same person that praises you is the same person that will cost you 2 weeks later. So don't listen to praise. Just keep working hard. I'll say this now. I may not have it, but fitness is important. If you're not fit, you can't do what your mind wants to do. But also, I feel like a lot of people don't really. Game understanding is important. Like, you have to be intelligent. Intelligent matters more, because if you can see the picture early, you can do things early. The earlier you spot something, or the earlier you see something, the quicker everything is around you. So fitness, intelligence, and I don't know. Just for me, that's I look weak foot. Sorry, Jams. Thank you. Weak foot. Try work on your both feet. Me, as you know, I'm predominantly left-footed. I haven't got a right foot to save my life, but if you can work on both feet, it helps as well. Game intelligence is important. I feel like people don't put emphasis on that. That is absolutely important. Yeah, I don't know, wallahi, bro. I've never done that celebration in my life. I never ever thought of doing that celebration in my life, but because the moment of that, the goal just meant so much, and it was a big moment in the game. I don't know, because even if you look at the video, I decided I was going to do something first. And then halfway through, I changed my mind, and then I decided to do that celebration. And yeah, it just never again, though. Never again.
It banged though, it banged.
Yeah, it came out nice, but never again. I can't be doing that. I rarely score, so for me, it was nice to get a headed goal. I think, as tall as I am, bro, I think I've only scored 3 headers in my lifetime. I've never been a fan of headering. I'd much rather bring the ball down on my chest than header it. So, but yeah, we appreciate the support. Firstly, the support was, wallahi, it was phenomenal. Like, when we scored that first goal, the place erupted. Like, it was just loud and vibrant. I don't know if you've seen the pictures. There's a picture before Kamal sort of taps it in. There's a picture of you, Abdullahi, and Coach Zach behind the goal. And then you see the stages in how you lot celebrate. So the first initial bit is Kamal touching the ball, and you're both all staring at him. Then it's the ball going past the line. And then the last picture is all you lot running away, celebrating. Like, it's such a beautiful picture. And even just like the support was amazing. It hurt, of course, that we never got the result that we wanted. But for me, more so, like, is the beauty of, like, Sean, for example. Sean's come to every home and away fixture. Doesn't have to. Some away fixtures, we go to, like, Reading. He's coming to Reading with us. And there's a few other people that come along with us, like Kalas, Ishi, Rilis. There's bare people involved in the club that come out and go far in these places. So it's beautiful to have this support. And on top of that, no one gets paid. It's just love. Like, everyone's doing it out of love. And for them, like, it's a sacrifice that you do. So they're a part of this journey. And then for them, they feel it just as much as we feel it when we lose, because they've sacrificed their entire Saturday to sort of come out with us and hope that we win. But that day, it hurt a lot to sort of see. And also, it hurt on a deeper level because all these people came out here to see us win. And when you saw the looks on their faces, I couldn't look at nobody. Even myself, and I've been playing a long time. I was absolutely distraught. So it hurt for me to even witness that. So inshallah, we'll be able to make people proud, man. 'Cause I feel like it's bigger than just us, and people don't understand that. It's bigger than the club. It's a whole community. It's a whole nation. Like you're on the forefront for everyone. So I hope, inshallah, that we do well.
Oh, Breeze or Basta?
Oh, pasta.
Chicken or Hilib?
I would say chicken, but lately I've become more of a Hilib guy, so I'm gonna go Hilib.
Okay. Mirinda, orange or strawberry?
Strawberry always. Everyday strawberry.
Yeah. Adidas or Nike?
Adidas.
Although
I'm wearing Nike, let me hide the Nike. I'm just gonna say Adidas.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, Messi all day long.
Rudiger or Ruben Diaz?
Ooh. I've only seen Ruben Diaz this season. I never knew of him before this season. But wallah, I'm not gonna lie, I love Rudiger. I love what Rudiger brings. So I may just pick Rudiger because I've seen Rudiger play more than Ruben Diaz.
Okay. Mount or Foden?
Foden all day long. All day long.
Sweden tournaments or Canada tournaments?
Oh, you're killing me here. I'm gonna go Toronto because the lifestyle's better.
Your lifestyle now.
It's just nice, man. Wallahi is nice. The food is better. Like everything else that comes with the Canada package is better than the Sweden one. No offense to anyone from Sweden.
Okay. Pep or Klopp?
Pep all day long.
Rooney or Michael Owen?
See, I was about when Michael Owen first busted in the scene, so I'm from that generation that witnessed that. And what he did when he first came on the scene was unbelievable. But I don't think anyone had an impact like Rooney, so I'm gonna go Rooney.
Salah or Hazard?
Oh. Player, Hazard's the better player. I think there's a no-brainer to say Hazard's the better player, but we're in a day and age where stats is everything. So reluctantly, I'm going to have to say Salah, but I know Hazard's the better player.
Okay. They say we leave it at that.
Yeah.
Or Real Madrid, Barca?
Oh, Barca all day long. Yeah, you know me. I like that tiki-taka football and possession football. So I'm always going to say Barcelona. Confidence is a massive one. Ability to talk. Before I never really used to. I was quite shy and timid. Now, through football, it helps you to open your mouth and speak a lot more. Team player, because it prepares you to be when you work in work environments, unless you're working by yourself, it's team. You know, everything is team. So you learn to be a team player and learn to sacrifice for the greater good. So being a team player also is a big one. But it's been good. I think we're a year in, and alhamdulillah, the feedback and the support has been like phenomenal, man. Like we get some lovely messages of people messaging us saying how much it means to them and how much they thoroughly enjoy it. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who's been supporting, and inshallah we continue to keep providing good content so that people can carry on enjoying it. My personal favorite one, obviously there's the ones we had with Chunks and Darkest, they were massive. But like personally, my favorite one was the one that we had with there's a guy called Sabir. He's an MMA fighter, but I only liked that one because he got deep. Like, you know, like it was very, very like touching one where everyone sort of shared out their like family members and obviously passing of family members. And I never ever expected myself to talk about that, like ever. And I said it on one of the episodes recently. Like, it's not something you come out and you say like, oh hey, so and so passed away and this person passed away. You don't really talk about those things. So for me to sort of come out and talk about that on YouTube was massive for me on a personal level. And also just how beautiful it was just to sort of hear everyone's story and how it impacted different people at different times in their life. And how also everyone is sort of the same. Like the minute I shared that story, I had like a lot of people messaging me saying, bro, I thought I was the only one going through that. I did the same thing when my, whoever it was that passed away. And it shows that we all go through the sort of same thing. It's just having that person to just come out and say it and speak about it, that sort of you see, connect the dots that we all go through the same sort of struggles. Trying, there's a few guests lined up, inshallah. I don't want to disclose too much for the man to get onto me. But yeah, there's a few guests that we've got lined up. Some funny guests as well. So it should be interesting, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, that's it from me, Sharp. Like, thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. I just wanted to say, like, also a big shout out to you and obviously the Somali athlete page. Like, what you lot have done in such a short space of time has been phenomenal. And the reach that you lot have got to. And also for yourself, bro, you started this on such a small scale to then for you to now go with the national team and also to be part of the national team and to sort of see backhand everything that happens. Wallahi, bro, big up to you. And may Allah continue to bless it for you, bro, and open as many doors your heart desires, bro, because what you lot are doing is fantastic. We never had this growing up. This was alien growing up. It was Hiran Media and all these other Somali websites where only Odayasha used to watch it. We're in a day and age now where you're providing content for all the Somalis all around the world for them to go and see, for them to see things, for them to see that there's people out there just like them doing big things. So, well, I big up you lot, man, and may Allah make it easy for you and continue to make you lot grow, because it is proud for me to see where it started and to see where it is now and eventually where it will be, inshallah, in the future. Like, I'm so proud of you, bro, and may Allah continue to bless you, man.
Thank you very much, man.
No, you're welcome, man.
No more. Salam alaikum.
Wallah, it's been a pleasure. About time it's over. I can breathe now, bro. Yeah. Wallah, it's been a pleasure, though. Thank you for everyone that chipped in as well, man. Much appreciated.
Salam, my bro.
Love, bro. Alex, salam.